Thank you for coming today. My name is Irma Visner, and I'm the chairwoman of the White Earth Tribe. I'm joined here today by the White Earth Tribal Council, along with many of our supporters, as we come before you to announce MinnesotaWins, which is our proposal for a partnership with the state of Minnesota to develop a metro area casino. Minnesotans have told us that they are not satisfied with any of the stadium funding schemes that have been offered so far. We have created a solution that not only would pay for the public share of the stadium, but would generate money for critical state priorities for years to come. Our proposal was recently introduced in the House of Representatives by Representatives Kent Eakin and Bob Gunther. MinnesotaWins proposes that all net revenue from a metro area casino will be split 50-50 between the tribe and the people of Minnesota. This solution has three great advantages over other funding schemes. First of all the money from this casino will stay in Minnesota. It will be a huge economic catalyst for the state. Up to 2,500 construction jobs and 2,000 new permanent jobs would be created. In northwestern Minnesota, investments in housing and economic development opportunities will generate income and jobs for the tribe and for other residents of the area. Second, this is the only solution that is consistent with the intent of tribal gaming. A new casino will be operated in partnership with the state of Minnesota, and the operation will be regulated and audited by the state, but it will be a tribal casino. Third, the solution could provide the entire public share of a new Vikings stadium and create new revenue for other critical state priorities, all with no new taxes. And this casino will continue to generate revenue for the state permanently, even after the stadium funding is complete. This casino also will pay millions of dollars in sales and property taxes every year. This is the only solution that is fair to all Minnesotans. In August of 2010, NPR, National Public Radio, quoted Governor Dayton saying, quote, "A government-protected monopoly on casinos in the metro area is not in the best interest of the people of Minnesota," unquote. And, quote, "Competition is good for retailers. It is good for politicians, and I think it's good for casino operators as well," unquote. We've met with Governor Dayton and have earned his support on this solution and look forward to starting our partnership with the state. Even a recent poll conducted by KSTP and Survey USA found that Minnesotans are ready for our kind of solution, with half of Minnesotans supporting the expansion of gambling and nearly 40% supporting a metro area casino. We believe when they look at our proposal, those numbers will grow. White Earth has retained experienced Wall Street and gaming financial advisors who are conducting a comprehensive financial impact study that will be finalized and presented in early March. Once our due diligence is complete, we will put forth only one fully researched and accurate estimate of the revenue this solution will produce. This solution will be financially sound, fair to all Minnesotans, and consistent with Minnesota values and priorities. We strongly believe that we have a solution that can get done. And in this end, that's what matters the most. MinnesotaWins is a win-win-win. A win for the state, a win for the Vikings, and a win for a better future for the White Earth Tribe. Thank you for your time, and now let me introduce the author of our bill, Representative Kent Eakin.
Thank you, Irma, and Chair Visner. And I couldn't put it better than Chair Visner did in describing the benefits that this bill offers for the people of Minnesota and the broad-based benefits that it offers for this state. And that's one thing that I think needs to be emphasized, is that this is not just, it's not just for the Vikings, it's not just for the tribe, it's not just for any one segment or even one geographic region of the state, it's for the whole state. Everyone benefits from this proposal. And recently it's been difficult to find traction in raising revenue for anything, including the Minnesota Vikings. And so this is a way to address that difficulty that we've been experiencing in raising revenue at the state level. And as I said, it's not just the Vikings. There's also the benefits to be had for education and the Environmental Trust Fund and things of that nature as well. So we see a lot of broad-based benefits from this bill. It's one of the reasons I think this is the bill, this is the proposal that has the potential for gaining the greatest traction. Even for those who have some reservations and concerns about gambling, this, I think, would be the least objectionable of all the proposals that are out there. Again, because of the broad-based benefits that are to be had from this. And not just in the revenue that it generates, but also in the jobs that it creates. And Chair Visner also had talked about that. Also on the sales and the property taxes that are going to be generated as a result of this new endeavor. And I think it's also important to point out the transparency and the accountability that there will be in this proposal with the oversight that's going to take place. So we know, obviously we're going to know exactly what's being raised, where that money's going, and again, it's going to benefit many different factions in this state. In our area in particular, where we've experienced a more economic hardship, a more economically depressed area of the state in the Northwest, it will infuse a tremendous amount of funding that will generate a lot of economic activity and more economic prosperity for our area. So again, I can't emphasize strongly enough the broad-based benefits that this proposal offers, and for that reason I think this proposal has the greatest potential for gaining the traction necessary to get the job done and raising revenue, to get a Vikings stadium done, and to get funding for other very important critical needs in our state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative Eakin. We will have a couple more statements, and then we'll take questions. At this time, I'd like to introduce Jerry Carrier, who's the city administrator in the city of Mahnomen. We're on the White Earth Reservation.
Bonjour. Good morning. Again, my name's Jerry Carrier. I'm the city administrator from Mahnomen, Minnesota. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Mahnomen. Mahnomen is the largest city on the White Earth Reservation. It's about 50-50 native and white. It's also one of the poorest places in the state. Mahnomen County, which is only one of 6 counties in the United States that's entirely on an Indian reservation, is a very poor place. According to our county social services, about 80% of the people there qualify for food assistance. We are about, when it comes to household income, we're about $20,000 below the state median. Poverty there is enough to make anyone cry. I can show you examples of poverty that you couldn't believe. This money means a lot to the city of Mahnomen and to the White Earth Reservation. Coming back, it will do the things that we need to do. We have a college there that we want to build. Mahnomen has been a partner of the White Earth tribe for many years. One of the things that I can testify about is that this is a good partnership between the city and the tribe. I can assure the state and any local government that's going to be working with them on this proposal for the Vikings, I can promise you that their word is their bond, that they will do what they say they're going to do, that they're capable, they're competent, and they will deliver. And I wanted to assure people that. I came here voluntarily today to tell you that. We also, like I said, we have a stake in the game. We would like to see some of that money coming back to Mahnomen. We have a tribal college that is a city-county partnership. The city put up the land. The tribe built the school. I teach there Wednesday nights, economics, about 3 hours. And we would like to expand that college. That is the future of our folks up there. That is the future of northwestern Minnesota. We have, unfortunately, as many people saw last fall, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune did a housing study of the state, and in that they noted that unfortunately Mahnomen has the worst housing market in the entire state. White Earth Tribe is doing something about that with their funds that they get from their casino. They built a wonderful housing subdivision called Riverland that the city is working with them on. We hope to do many more of those things in northwestern Minnesota. So this is a proposal that not only benefits the Vikings, not only benefits the state, but would bring revenue to a place that is critically poor and resources that we don't have. We are not asking for a handout here. We're asking for a hand up. Thank you.
Thank you, City Administrator Jerry. This time, would like to introduce to you, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Corey Merrifield, who's the founder of Save the Vikes.
Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. I was asked by Irma and Tom Horner to be here today, and I thank them for that because they're very interested, as they've said here today, to find a way to keep the Vikings here in Minnesota. And I have sent that message out to the Vikings fans, and they have responded in resounding favor of this. I don't think it's any secret that for the last 2 years I have supported Racino, and the largest reason for that is because while the majority of people don't want to see public dollars go to fund a Viking stadium, the majority of those people do think that expanded gaming is a fantastic way to help keep the Vikings here in Minnesota, and to do so without a property tax, sales tax, or general fund tax increase. So with that, I think White Earth, as far as I know, is the first tribe to offer up splitting revenues and willing to renegotiate the compact. And I think that's something that should be noted here today. It isn't just about Racino or the other options. It's about expanded gaming in general. And I applaud them for what they're trying to do in being willing to shoulder on with the rest of the community the ability to build their casino and to help the Vikings and to also help the things that we've talked about, like paying back school shifts, education, and things of that nature. So, when you look at where we're at today in the stadium game, Minneapolis has some gaps, whether it's financially or with the support of the city council. And I think that this proposal that White Earth has stepped up with today can help address some of those gaps, whether it's to help by funding some of the target center issues that seem to be a sticking point here at the legislature, or helping with getting the city council votes by knowing that it's not all going to come from the convention center tax. I think this gives a great alternative and something for legislators to consider. So I think it's time that the state lawmakers listen to the collective voice of the people of Minnesota that is starting to drown out the voices of those in the special interest groups. And I think that they should really take a long look at this and consider what White Earth is offering up. Thank you for your time.